Welcome to Calvin's Got Game. I'm Calvin.
I'm Lewis.
And today we're going to give you 10 games for families for Christmas. What to buy a family that may not play board games. They may have played some board games. So we're going to give you some ideas to buy board games for some families that enjoy board gaming. But before we do that, we've got some comments I want to go through. We got 3 of them this week. So we're going to hit those. So the first comment is on the River Valley Glass video, the unboxing video. Ludwig Misses said they picked this game up and they think it's fun. And it's a fun game. It's easy to learn. It's a good looking game, and I must agree with that. He played the game with his daughter at a 2-player account, which is what we always encourage everyone to do, play with your friends and your family. So that's a wonderful thing, getting a board game together with your daughter. Says hasn't tried it in other player accounts or the solo variant. But I must say I haven't tried the solo variant either. I have played it at larger counts. I think we played 5. I think it plays up to 5. And it played rather well. It didn't take any longer to play it than it does probably in a 2-player game. It's just quick and good. So thank you, Ludwig Misses, for the comment. All right, so now with the start of your collection with $100 video, we have B. Driscoll, 1982, which is the first-time commenter, and I appreciate that. Said would suggest, these are some of the games they suggest for the $100 to buy. Skulls of Sedlick.
Okay.
I've never heard of it. Had to look it up. Tinderbox. A deck of cards.
Yep.
6 D6s. That's dice for those of you who are not in the gaming mindset. Mind Bug. Ticket to Ride London. Backgammon Chess Combination Travel Set. Shut the Box. I don't think I've heard of that. It's got to be some kind of party game.
Yeah, it is a party game.
And Azul Mini. So those are the games that B. Driscoll, and I hope I get these names right, guys. If I don't, please comment and correct me. We've had somebody do that, and I appreciate that because I want to get your name right.
We do.
I'm going to read your comments, good, bad, or indifferent. We're going to read them. So, but anyway, great suggestions. I get the deck of cards. I thought about putting that on there, but I said, usually that people play store, games you can buy in the store, mass market games, usually play cards already. So I tried to do something a little different. And chess and backgammon, I think everybody just about has played chess or backgammon or checkers.
Yeah, checkers.
Right? So those are the games I kind of left off, but good suggestions. I appreciate that, B. Driscoll, 1982. Now for our 10 great stocking stuffers games. We had Amy Shuttlesworth, and I hope I'm pronouncing it right, said really good mix and great suggestions. So we do thank you for that comment. Hey, we did something right for a change.
Yes.
So I hope they helped. I hope those suggestions helped a lot, and I hope you guys can get some games and get them to the table and spend time with your friends and family because that's what it's all about. So with all those comments being out of the way, I'm going to do a couple more things here, some housekeeping. Hit that subscribe button. What else should they hit, Lewis?
The like button.
The like button, for
the
sure.
thumbs up button.
Yeah, need that. And also the bell, the notification bell to get videos when they come out. We've been putting out at least 2 videos a week. Sometimes we hit 3, not always, but at least 2 videos a week. Guys, we appreciate your subscription. We've actually upped our prescription. Good gravy. I'm getting medication. I need medication. Subscription. We appreciate you guys subscribing. We've moved up. We're getting closer to that 500. Guys, I appreciate everybody that's talking about it, getting other people to subscribe. Thank you so much. And if we hit that 500 before December 31st, I will be buying a board game from 2024 and giving it away. I'll probably do a video, and me and Lewis will do a video where we suggest some games from 2024, and you guys can suggest some games in the comments. And hey, and remember, I don't want to break the bank because it is coming out of my pocket.
Yes.
I don't have a large budget like some of the other YouTube channels, or I don't get games sent to me for free. I do get some, but not a lot. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for pushing that. And let's get on with 10 board games for families. These are gifts for families. Lewis, you want to start first with me?
I think you started last time. I do it this time.
I can't remember from video to video who starts, who doesn't. I just, it's my show. You go. No, it's our show. It's our show, Lewis.
And yes, thank you for the new individuals that watched us.
We got about 6 new folks subscribe. Yes. Appreciate it.
Yes. Make sure, though, subscribe after you make the comment, though.
Yes.
If you haven't. My first one, and no particular order, but I did put them in a way that fun-wise.
Okay.
Because you have kids, and you want to have them enjoy the game like you would. So my first couple ones is for a good, just fun time game.
Fun time.
First one is Kites, a 2022 game. Floodgates games, 2 to 6 players, about 10 minutes to play. Is ranked on BGG for family, 493.
Okay.
And it's a lightweight game, 1.07.
That's very lightweight.
Yes.
So anybody can get into that game.
Yes.
For sure.
Simple little game. You have cards. You're given cards with little kites on them. And you'll have 5 or 6, I can't remember the count right now, of timers.
Okay.
Little timers.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And sand timers. And your job is to keep those sand timers going.
Right.
And basically, they represent the kite flying.
The kite's in the air. That's what it represents, yes.
And you putting cards down to flip it over, but each one of them goes a little bit different because there are less sand in each of them. Oh. So you have to be aware of which one is running out quick. There's one that's plenty of sand in there. You don't have to worry. But there's one that's like a quarter of the sand. So you have your cards, and you got to put down. As you put down, you can grab another card to help make a set because you have to do it in sets.
Oh.
So, okay, this one goes up. It's so easy to... You're looking at one and you miss the other one.
Draining out quickly. So are the days of our lives.
Yes. And it's a fun game because it's tension, but it's fun tension. Fun little stress game, just who's going to be going first. And that's what I like. I know probably the creators didn't think of this, but it shows focus. Mm-hmm. It keeps you focused on an object that you need to keep attention to and switch your focus constantly. Mm-hmm. So it shows focus, especially for kiddos that might have issues with focusing. Mm-hmm. This helps them with
teach
focusing.
them a little bit of teach them some discipline on focusing on things. Yes, for sure.
So that is my first one, kites.
Okay. Since you said kites, did you ever fly a kite when you were a kid, Lewis?
No, I tried, but I was Charlie Brown. It kept going down.
I remember flying kites with my dad when we lived in another state. We'd go to a park, and there were no power lines around that park or anything, and we could get those kites up there, man. And one time, my dad asked me to hold the string, and I let it go, and the kite just... So, I have flown kites. It's a wonderful thing. If you've never flown man, I can't talk today. If you've ever not flown a kite with your kids, man, make that a special occasion and go fly a kite. Yeah. I think they'll enjoy it. It is something special when you get that kite up and moving. All right, that's all I got to say about kites. All right, now I kind of went a little old school. I didn't, in the board gaming industry, we're always looking for the newest and latest games, right? Well, sometimes when you're buying board games for folks, they may have the latest, right? Mm-hmm. So why not go back and look at some of the older games and see and get them something that they might like? And I did keep all these under a weight of 2 so that these will be easier. Well, I was going to say more easier, but that's not right. So easier for families to play. My first game is a 2011 game called King of Tokyo. It's by Yellow. It's 2 to 6 players. Takes about 30 minutes to play. And the weight is 1.49. If you have kids and they've played Yahtzee before, they can most definitely play this game. This game is a Yahtzee-ish style game. You get to roll the dice a certain amount of time, and you can decide what you want to keep or not keep to either hit monsters in Tokyo, or if you're in Tokyo, hit the other monsters outside of Tokyo. But you have to be careful of that, because if you hit the monsters outside of Tokyo, or if you hit the monster inside of Tokyo, they may decide to get out and then you're stuck in there.
Yep.
So you have to be. It's a balancing act of balancing your health, and also balancing the star power. I can't remember what that is. The stars. I can't remember what they're called. Fame.
Yeah, that's right.
But King of Tokyo, I would say if you've ever played Yahtzee with your kids or with your family, King of Tokyo ought to be one. And kids will love this because it has big monsters.
Yes.
Godzilla-looking creature, King Kong, a weird-looking bunny.
Yeah. Alien.
A space penguin, which is
yeah.
great. So, yeah. For 2 to 6 players, if you got a larger family, this game would work great. If you got 6 people in your family, it worked great. And if you only have 2, it still works good with that. If you have a couple of kids, 3, whatever, guys, it's a good time had by all. That's why my first pick is King of Tokyo.
Actually, I was thinking of putting that on there, but I didn't.
Well, I did because I think it would be great for families just starting out or buying board games, or a family that likes board games but don't like complicated ones. I think if they played Yahtzee, this would fit the bill.
Now, my second one, also a nice little competitive game. Very simple. You actually showed me this game.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Super Mega Lucky Box.
Fabulous.
It's a 2021 game. Game Rights is the publisher. 1 to 6 players. A little bit more folks can play it. About 20 minutes to play. And it's ranked 376 on the BGG for family. And it's weighted 1.21. Think of bingo. Bingo-ish. Bingo
with a twist.
With a little twist on there. Because you have a deck of cards that you don't use all of them.
Right, you're only going to use 9.
And you'll be flipping 1 to 9. And the thing is, they're shuffled. So you can have more than one of the numbers showing up. So you are filling in the square of the number showing up. Now you have 3 cards to pick from, to fill in. And they have little abilities as you fill in. Mm-hmm. You get to manipulate the dice a little bit. You can add some to it. You can take, add a dice.
Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt.
Add dots, pips.
Yes. To what you want, what you need to fill in a row or it's no diagonal. It's just row and column.
It's row and columns.
Yes. So it's a fun little quick game. So when Calvin showed me that game, I was going, wait a minute, this is bingo right here.
My wife loves this game. It is bingo, but you get little bonuses sometimes you fill out a row or a column. You'll get to check off something else. And it doesn't have to be on that card. It can be on any of your cards. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, and the rules are very straightforward, nothing complicated. Yep. Nothing barely won on that night when we played that game. But yeah, for my second choice is Super Mega Lucky Box.
The only thing I have with this game is it's simultaneous play, right? So you turn up a card, you're trusting that people are marking off the right stuff on their card. And I'm telling you, I think my wife cheats a little bit because she always beats me, and she's like, oh, I get this, oh, I get that. I'm like, hey, there's no way you cross it. We only turned over 3 cards. So I have to watch her, but I'm kidding. She does a fine job at playing it. It is a fun game.
Yeah,
good pick, Lewis. All right, my next pick is a 2014 game. It's called Splendor. Splendor is by Space Cowboys, 2 to 4 players. Takes about 30 minutes to play, and it's weighted 1.78. Now, I picked these games. If you saw, the first one is about 30 minutes to play. This one. So it's not going to take up your whole time as a family. You'll get a game to the table, enjoy yourself, and you can go do something else, watch a movie, spend time doing something else. But Splendor is a game to where you're collecting jewels. Mm-hmm. And you have these nice little poker chips with the jewels on them, symbols of the jewels on them. And so your first few rounds, you're just picking jewels. And then you'll be buying cards. And those cards will add a jewel to your ability to buy other cards. And there's some diplomats or royalty up at the top. There you always choose 3. And they'll be different each game.
Yep.
And so once you fulfill what they're wanting, you can take those for extra points. But I think it's the first person to get 15 points.
15 points.
Ends the game. So it's not hard to get that. But if you can only take so many chips. If you take a wild chip, you can only take that one chip. On your turn, you get 2, I think, at a time. But you can't take 2 of the same chip if the chips are at a certain level.
Yes.
So this game is very strategic. It will teach planning.
Mm-hmm.
It will teach a lot of things, as in how you manipulate the choosing of the jewels to buy other jewels to help you out in the long run. So there's a long-term planning in this. Guys, I think Splender's great. I think it would make a great addition to anybody's board game collection, but especially it would be a great gift for families who play board games.
Yeah. I will be I showed my wife, and I think she's going to be give me the thumbs up on buying the dual version.
I've been looking at that too. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on that, but yeah, I've been looking at that.
Okay. My third one. Now the next 2 of mine are going to be co-op board games, because it's fun sometimes to play against your family member, but you know what? Sometimes let's work together.
I think I got 0 co-ops of mine, and the way my kids fought all the time, co-ops was the way we needed to go. But I did try to teach them how to lose gracefully, and I didn't gloat when I won.
First one for the co-op game is Castle Panic, a 2009 game. Fireside Games publisher, 1 to 6 players, 30 to 60 minute game time, and it's ranked 459 on the BGG for family games, weighted 1.65 on there. It is a fun little game. If whether you mess up on the rules or not, it's still a fun game, because there was
with the boulder and
boulder.
Stuff. Yeah.
There's one thing with the boulder that every now and then folks would mess up with, and it's understandable, because that's the last thing you're worrying about, because you're protecting a castle. You are certain characters. Certain characters can only attack monsters when they're next to each other.
When you're in the ring. Because you're up at the top.
Right.
And it's like a circle. There's different
sections.
Yeah.
Section, quadrants.
There we go.
And each little goblin, orc comes out different quadrants. Now, as they come in, you have to make sure you're, let's say they're coming in at very far away with a wizard that won't come in close. You need to have the archer there. Well, you got to move the archer out there. Well, move, you can't shoot. You have to wait until the next round.
Right.
So you have to work together. Now, it's a good thing that you can help each other out in this game. But the way these creatures are coming out, you got to be aware, okay, they're right here. This can be sacrificed here. This wall can be sacrificed because you have walls.
Yeah, you have about 5 walls?
5 walls,
yeah.
Yes. And okay, we can lose this wall because nothing else is coming out this quadrant. Let them come in, take damage, we get rid of them. Then you get the card. Oh, guess what? All these creatures going to be coming on this side. Go, okay, now we have a problem. So, as long as you don't lose your tower, you're fine. If you have 1 left, you're fine.
Right.
But they are coming in quickly, so you have to work as a team to figure out how to keep the hordes of goblins and orcs
and all kinds of
things. Yes, from getting to you. Now there is a little more easier version, the kids version, I believe.
My first Castle Panic or something like that. Yeah.
That was...
Or Castle Panic Kids. I'm not sure what it's called.
My first Castle Panic. That's what it is. And I was thinking put it on there, but you know what? It takes some of it out. So I chose Castle Panic because I think it's balanced, because the other version is a little more advanced on it. So this is the middle of both words there. But my third one is Castle Panic.
It's what they call a tower defense game. And there's a bunch of them out there. They've made different varieties.
Yes.
They've made Star Trek Panic. They've made Munchkin Panic. So there's different versions of it out there. I think I'd prefer the original Castle Panic than I do to the other ones. But yeah, good game.
Yeah, I would not recommend Munchkin Panic.
Yeah. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of Munchkins. So, I mean, there's people out there that love it. If you do, that's great.
Yes.
I'm just kind of, it's all right. I'll play it, but it's not one of my favorite games. All right, my next one is a 2012 game. It's Machi Koro. It's an IDW game, publisher, 2 to 4 players. Again, takes 30 minutes to play. And it's for, I said 2 to 4 players. It's ranked, weight 1.52. I'm going to get everything out today, maybe. Machi Koro is a fun game because you have no downtime. On everybody else's turn, you have to watch what they roll because you can collect money on your turn as well. So if I roll a 1, well, everybody has a card that says collect a coin if a 1 is rolled by another player. You have different colored cards. You have some blue, green, red, and purple. Blue is on everyone's turn. So if someone rolls it, you're going to collect something. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention. And then green is only on your turn if you roll the dice. Yeah. Red is also on other people's turn. If they roll something, they're going to have to give you something.
Yeah.
The purples are either or. It's either you roll something, you collect some, or if someone else does something, you'll get something. This game is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I want to play the Machi Koro Legacy. I want to get that at some point. But I think Machi Koro, just the base game like it is, without any of the expansions, is a great family game. And your object of the game is to build these 4 locations that you have flipped over. And I think they're like 5 or 4, 10, 12, and 20 or something like that. Or 21. But anyway, there's an amount of coins you have to flip them over. You can flip them over in any order you want.
Yep.
They give you a special ability. So once you flip one over, you'll have some kind of thing that you could do that other people can't. I think the first card that you flip over is that you get to roll 2 dice to get some of the higher numbers, to get some of the things that you need to score those cards. Machi Koro is simple. It's easy. It's fun because you don't have to wait for Lewis to take his turn, and he has analysis paralysis.
Yeah.
Going, should I go here? Should I go there? No. Oh, wait. So they just roll a dice or 2. And you look at what they get, you look at your card, say, "Ooh, I get to collect a coin because you rolled that."
Yeah.
Perfect. Or, before you collect anything, you got to pay me whatever coins you have, the number that I'm supposed to get, then you can collect your stuff.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic, because if you don't have any coins and you roll it, you don't pay anybody nothing. But if multiple people pay or have that card, you go in turn order of paying the people. So if they pay this person 3 coins, they pay this person 3 coins, and they don't have any money left, guess what? You're out of luck if you got that card. So it's a game that's a lot of fun. I think families would enjoy it. My pick is Machi Koro.
Yeah, I remember when you brought it to the game store and we were playing with Christine. Mm-hmm. Christine going, "You sure you want to flip that big one first?" "Yes, I do. Don't worry about it." And then she ended up rolling the one that she had to give everybody coins. She went,
the cafe.
Yeah, the cafe. She went, darn it.
Yeah, that can be, they multiply. The more cards of that you have, it multiplies. So instead of getting 3 on your first turn, if you have 2 of the cards, you'll get 6 from whoever rolled it.
Yep.
So it can be cutthroat, but I think it's a fun game.
It is a fun game. I like that one. Which I need to put that on my list that I played. Mm-hmm. My 4th one, not a cooperative game. This one a little bit more time to play if you get really involved on it. It is a scenario game that you can keep playing. After you finish the first scenario, you keep playing a second one and third, fourth. It is called The Initiative, a 2021 game by Unexpected Games publisher. 1 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minute game time. It's ranked 312 on the family for family on BGG, weighted 2.02. The Initiative is basically your teenagers that are solving a mystery.
Scooby-Doo?
Yep. I kind of figured you were going to where I'm going. He's going to do it.
Hello, Shaggy. Hello.
And you have to pick your individual, and each teenager has their own little ability. There's one that helps you look through turn off the surveillance cameras, so you won't trip anything.
Right.
This one, when it first came out, Christine and I forgot who else was playing. Oh, okay, so it was you.
Well, I don't know if I played it with you or I played it with someone else, but we all played it the first scenario. We finished that one.
Yeah.
But we started the second scenario, and then everybody just kind of lost interest.
I know, but it's one game I want to read.
It's a good game.
Yeah,
I don't know why they lost interest. They just quit coming.
Yeah. The thing that makes it interesting for me, though, because the maps constantly change. Things come out for each scenario. It is the puzzle you're trying to figure out. The puzzle that you are finding clues for, fill in a message.
It's almost like
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, thank
Wheel
you.
Of Fortune.
They have this little deal up there. It almost looks like Wheel of Fortune, and you're revealing certain clues that you get, and you're trying to get the phrase or the clue from what it is, and it's really good.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. It's think like a Wheel of Fortune. Thing is, I think we stopped on one because we couldn't find. It was the third scenario. We couldn't figure out what the message was. We were going, what is it? And it was time to go. So we go, well, we come back later for it. And we never have.
Never have.
But yes, my number 4, if you like solving mysteries, solving puzzles, your family is that kind of individual family, I recommend The Initiative.
And if I'm not mistaken, isn't this the game that the kids found a comic book?
Yes.
At a garage sale or an estate sale or something. In this comic book, it gets you into the story. So you're reading a comic book for the scenario, right? And each person in the comic book is saying their stuff. And I got to be the reader of the comic books, which is great because I have such a masterful voice. It was a lot of fun. I thought the initiative was really good. I'd like to get it back to the table. I don't own it. We played at the game store that we go to. And I'm hoping maybe one time, once we get through with the game we're playing now on Wednesdays, maybe we can get that out. And go
yeah.
So that's a good one, Lewis. My next one is a 2018 game. Look at that. I'm getting higher up on the list there.
Yes, you are.
It's Camel Up. It's by Egert Spiel. 3 to 8 players. So if you have a larger family, this is even better. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes to play. And it's a weight of 1.51. Now, in Camel Up, it's a racing game. It's a racing game. It has this lovely plastic pyramid that you put the dice in that move the camels. There's red, green, yellow, purple, blue, and a black and a white one. I think there's 7 camels. So you're going to shape this deal if you choose to roll for the camels. And you punch the little button and a dice will fall out and roll. And whatever it is, you're going to move that camel. Here's the fun part. You get to bet on which camel's going to win. Now, you can bet early or you can bet a little later, but you can't bet once it gets past a certain line. So you have to make your bets. The camels, the black and white camel, they move backwards. So if you roll that, it's going to go the opposite way. So if one of your camels hops on top, and these camels stack on top of each other, if you land on the same spot, you stack him on it. So if the color that you have, a red one and a green one, and the red dice is one that jumped on the green camel, and the green dice hadn't come up, when the green camel moves, so does the red one. So now they're tied for whatever it is, and on the next turn, hopefully you'll get to roll the red one first, and if you bet on the red one, it can cross the finish line first. This game is chaotic fun. I enjoy it. I think it's something that if you like racing games, if you like some light betting games, and when I say betting, you're just putting a card out that you think who's going to win the race. And then when you get done with the race, you're going to flip those cards over, and whoever was first to say that person was going to win, that color, gets the points, and then the others get less points because they chose a little later in the game. But it's wild fun. It's just chaotic. It's a chaotic mess. But it's so fun watching those camels go around track. You're rooting for the camel that you bet on to come in first, and you're also betting on the camel that comes in last. But you can't bet on the white or the black. It's It's only the color, different other color camels that you can bet on. Fantastic game. I think families would absolutely enjoy this game. So, Camel Up is on my list.
You have mentioned that before, and it's one game that...
the only problem is it does take 3 players to play it to start with. So, I don't play a lot of 3-player games anymore because it's just me and my wife. But I kept this one around because, when I get 3 players, I'm going to suggest Camel Up.
Yeah, it's a game that I would like to play one day because it is 3 players. That's why I was just about to say it is a 3-player game, and you need at least 3 players.
Yeah, I will put that caveat in there. If you're just a 2-player household like me and my wife, I would say you might want to pass this one up. But if you like racing games and you have people that come over to visit you, I don't have people to come visit me. I don't have anybody. I don't have friends. I'm sorry, Lewis. You do come over. I'm sorry. I got one friend. No, I think it's a great game. So if you got company that comes over or you play games with another couple, perfect game to play. Camel Up.
My last one is going to be a little bit different. Another game you introduced me to.
I love it. I love introducing games and people like them that much. I must be a great teacher too. Or not.
Now, you have played with your family, with your kids. You introduced them with the little simple games to get going. Okay, now you're going to cooperate with your children and you have fun. You solve mysteries and all that. Now it's you know what? I'm the parent. I'm going to show you who's going to win. Here is my choice. It's a 2008 game, and it's called Stone Age.
Stone Age, perfect game.
Hans M. Click publisher. I'm sorry that I messed up on the publisher. It is.
I'm not sure that's who my box says. No, Z-Man's who publishes it.
Z-Man? Okay.
Z-Man Games.
Z-Man Games? Okay.
That's my box. I don't know. The other one might be the first one.
Yeah. Because I do go first name on the publisher list, that's why I go for.
I mean, Z-Man probably bought them folks out, and who knows?
Yes. 2 to 4 players, a little bit longer, 60 to 90 minutes. It is ranked, though, 31 on the family for BGG. Pretty high up there. And it's weighted 2.46, so it's a little bit more meatier on this one. Very simple game. You are rolling dice to able to use abilities on the card.
We're rolling dice also to collect resources.
Yes, and to collect resources. You put a little man out to collect what you can. Clay, stone,
gold, wood. Or you put a couple of people in the love hut.
Yes, which makes a
new worker.
And that's what you need. You need workers to keep growing your cards, so you have more abilities, so you can keep getting more stuff. And it is a little bit cutthroat because depending on how many players, you can have 2 people in a spot or 1 person in a spot of each location. Right. It just depending on how many people are playing. So this is a little bit cutthroat. This is where you can show your kids, hey, we had fun now. Before. Now we're
going to step it up a bit.
Yes.
Make you think a little bit.
Yes. So it is take strategy. This is not the short game strategy. This is a long game strategy. You really got to be careful what you are going for because sometimes the dice are not going to like you.
No. This game has a lot of different mechanics in it. There's worker placement.
Yes.
There's set collection. There's building of buildings.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few mechanics in there that bring the game together. It's a really good game, and plus it has a stinky leather cup that you'll like. When people play it a lot, the cup tends to get a little funky. I don't know why. It's made of leather, so cows stink. I'm sure that's why. I don't know, but it's a great game, Lewis.
So that is for my number 5. Stone Age.
I like it because it has such a variety in playing. Like you said, in 2-player game, there's certain things that in the middle of the board, there's 3 things that you can do, but only 2 of them can be done in a 2-player game.
Yes.
And the first person that goes there is the only one that can go to that spot. And also the resources in a 2-player game, only 1 person can go there. And you can assign all your workers to one spot if you want. You got multiple workers. And depending on how many workers you have there is a multiplier or a divider No, how many dice you get to roll.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on the resource, you divide that number you rolled by the resource value, and that's how many resources you get. So if gold is worth 5 or 6, and you roll a 12, you'll get 2 gold.
Yes.
So the game has a little math in it, so if you want to teach kids some math, this will work as well.
Yes, because it shows rounding the numbers.
Right.
And it shows all these games. I try to find something that will be a little bit educational in a fun way. Because that's the thing. When I was growing up, we had, in the school I was going, they had games.
Mm-hmm.
They had games. At game time, if you didn't want to go outside or it was gloomy outside and rainy, they brought you to the cafeteria. The school didn't have a gym.
Oh,
Cafeteria,
little school.
Yes. Cafeteria, and they put out games. Checkers, chess, bingo, Connect 4. Games that made you think. And I like that. Games that made you had to have a strategy on that.
Wow. Your school was a nice school, Lewis. When it was rainy outside, they put us in the gym. They put the red balls out there, and it was dodgeball time. And believe me, there was even some upperclassmen that would join in with us younger kids, and man, they could hurl a ball. Let me tell you, nothing feels better than the sting of a dodgeball. I just tell you now, and you can still hear the pong when it bounces off of you. And I was always a pretty big target, so I could dodge a few, but here we go.
See, I'm sorry, I would be right behind you.
Yeah,
using you for cover.
I appreciate it, Lewis. All right, my next game is a 2015 game. This is called Karuba. It's by Haba. It's 2 to 4 players. Takes about 30 to 40 minutes to play, and it's rated weight-wise 1.43. Now, Karuba or Haba, I'll say the publisher, Haba makes a lot of kid games, family weight games, and Karuba is no different. In Karuba, everyone will have a set of explorers and temples in each color. I think there's 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so one person will say, and around the outside of your own board, you'll have numbers. And so if Lewis says, I'm going to take the blue guy and set him on 60 on the beach, and I'm going to take the temple and put it on the 30 of the forest. Well, everybody does that. So everybody's board or temple and people are on the same numbers.
Yep.
Now, how you get to them will be different, because one person will be drawing their tiles out of a bag, and you have all these tiles in front of you. And when they draw that tile, you'll place it on your board, trying to get your explorer or your, what do you call the guy?
Yeah, explorer.
To the temple. So you're trying to make a path to the temple, but the key is the same color person, explorer, has to get to the same color temple. You can't send a different color worker to the different color temple. It doesn't work that way. And on those tiles, sometimes there's little diamonds or gold, and you have to stop on that tile to get it. Well, and moving in this game is a little weird too.
Yes.
Because you're wanting to place the tiles on your board so you can make a path to the temples, but at some point when tiles start getting lower, you got to start making that decision. I got to start moving my people.
Yep.
And so when a tile's drawn, you'll get to move your person. If you choose not to use the tile on your board, you set it to the side. However many paths or doors it has on it, I want to say entrances or exits to the path. If it's a T, you got 4, right?
Right.
4 entrance and exits, whatever. So you'll move your little man 4 spaces. As long as you have trail tiles that he can move on. He can't move on a blank space on your board. Guys, the game is a lot of fun. I'll put it like this. I hardly ever get all 4 of my explorers to the right temple, or to the temple they belong to. I can usually get 3. I've done 4 once or twice. But it's a simple game. It's fun. And the first person that gets to the temple gets to take the highest achievement token, and then it goes down after that. So I just think it's a lot of fun. I think Haba makes some great family weight games and kids games. So Haba knocked it out of the park with this one. I would say Karuba would be a great game addition for any family.
It is. It is. You bought it a couple of times. I played it with with the group, and I like it. It is making that strategy.
It's puzzly.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game that you have to make get from point A to point B with your blue guy, green guy, I think, yellow guy,
and maybe a purple. I don't know.
And it's a good game, and I'm always thinking of how can this help out kids. It shows them planning.
You got to pre-plan or understand when you get a tile. Mm-hmm. And you can place it anywhere on your board. It doesn't have to be right beside a temple or right beside a person. You can put it slap dab in the middle and hope you connect up to it at some point.
Yes.
That's up to you. So, it would be great for, I think, some of the people that are engineers that do highways and stuff like that played Karuba because they'll just put stuff in the middle of nowhere and it goes nowhere. So I've been on some of those roads. But no, this game is fantastic. You're right.
Yeah, it is. It's a great problem-solving game for kiddos.
Yep, because if you want to make it to that temple to get the prize, you got to get your little man there. Yep. So that's a list of our gifts for families that we think that would make great Christmas gifts for families that play board games.
Yes.
Whether they have kids, whether they don't have kids, whether they have people that come over. They're not into the harder board games. They like some of the lighter stuff. I think this family weight games that we gave are some great games. What are some of the games that you guys think would make great games for families? I'd love to hear it. Would you like to hear it, Louis?
Of course I would like to hear it.
Right. So put in the comments if you think there's some games we missed or what do you think of the games that we suggested. We'd love to hear it. Louis, you got anything you want to add?
No, and make suggestions. And if you want to know how would probably help out your family with your kids, I probably can give a suggestion how they can work, and Calvin does too, how it will help out your kiddos with this game.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of games out there that can hit spelling, deduction, all those types of things that kids need to have. There's a board game that'll do it.
Yes,
there's a board game that will do it for sure. All right, well, if there's nothing else left to be said, guys, hit that subscribe button. We sure need you.
Yes.
And I do thank you to the 6 or so that have subscribed since we've been asking. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys continue to watch. And I thank you for the new commenters we've had. We had 2 of them.
Yes.
And that Amy person was the second newest one we had.
Okay.
I think D. Briscoe was the other one. But anyway, I appreciate their comments. Welcome any and all comments.
Yes.
Guys, like I always say, get a board game to the table, spend time with your family and your friends, and thanks for watching Calvin's Guy Game.